Guys, what's going on, guys? Guys, I put up a video and I deleted it quickly because I had some. That video that I put up is gonna be scheduled at another time. I've scheduled it for another time, so don't worry. That video about Kell Crawford will be up. But guys, I just want to make a special video. You know, I'm not a UFC guy. I don't really talk. I don't really know that much about UFC. You could say I'm a casual UFC fan. But I just wanted to make a video about Khabib. He obviously won against Justin Gaethje. Triangular choke. You know, I want to talk about. I want to more talk about Khabib and the fact that he lost his father, and you could see at the end that there was a lot of emotion with Khabib. You know, firstly, it was a dominant performance. Khabib's been in the UFC has been such a dominant force. You know, the guy's an unbelievable fighter. He's an unbelievable fighter. He's an animal. This is a guy that used to wrestle with bears, like medium-sized bears, when he was a young kid. You know, I think he was one of those guys like, Lomachenko, where his dad literally was obsessed with making him a wrestler or a fighter. His dad was obsessed with it. And ever since he was a young kid, his dad literally just made his whole life about fighting. And everything he did was just, I think, to do with fighting. And his dad was really absolutely obsessed. We saw footages of him when he was a young kid, wrestling with bears, and the guy's an absolute beast. The reason why Khabib's so good. He's got basic grounding from a very young age. He's been doing this, and like I said, I think it's one of them where he's literally dedicated his whole life to it. I think literally that's all he does. I think he just dedicated his whole life to this. And a lot of people look at fighters. Fighting's very difficult because it requires a lot of discipline. You know, you've got to make weight. You've got to eat the right stuff. You've got to stay in the gym. And all of those things are putting serious... You're putting serious... what would you call it? Strain on your body. Your body likes things easy. Your body doesn't like things being hard in training. Your body doesn't like eating good food. Your body likes to eat fish, chips, or sweets and all rubbish stuff that's not good for you, right? That's what your body craves. And as a fighter, you got to stay disciplined. You got to eat the right stuff. You got to be in the gym. You can't go out. You can't go out at certain times. You know, it's very difficult. A fighter's life is very disciplined. And Khabib is somebody, for me, that's dedicated his whole life to it. I think you don't ever hear any controversies like you do with someone like McGregor, for example. McGregor's got a lot of distractions, a lot of out of businesses. I think Khabib's dedicated his whole life to fighting, and that's why you get a result and a product of what Khabib is. He's just a monster because he's a born and bred fighter. This isn't all about money for him. This is about him being the best. This is about him being that's what you call a proper fighting man. He's a proper fighting man. He just likes to fight. He just likes to fight. Of course, money's important for any fighter, any prize fighter. But for Khabib, I think it's a lot more than money. He did this for his, I think he obviously did this for his father. This is his father's dream from a young kid to make this guy a massive star, a fighter. So this is more than money. There's certain people that do things because, as a kid, his dad pushed him from a very young age, and his dad wanted him to be a fighter. That means more than any money in the world. It means anything. And the fact that his dad passed away, you could see the emotion at the end. And you can imagine how much money would be splashed at Khabib. But I don't think this guy will come back. I think the fact that he's retired, he's gone. You're never going to see him again. He's one of the best UFC fighters of all time. But you're never going to see this guy again because it's more than money to him. This isn't all about money. So now that he's given his word to his mother, if it was McGregor, I would say he might even come back, because for me McGregor's more. For me, money's means a lot. I think money's a main part to McGregor. For Khabib, I don't think it is. I think Khabib, obviously, like I said, he needs to be able to live his life, and he needs to be able to pay his bills and stuff. But I'm pretty sure he's got enough money now. But now he ain't gonna come back for money. I don't think so. From seeing the character of the man, the fact that he's given his word to his mom, I can't see Khabib coming back. I know this is the fighting business is a very addictive game when people throw money, because Khabib is a mega star now. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be ridiculous amounts of money thrown at him to come back and fight. But I think once this guy's given his word, he's given his word. I don't see him fighting ever again. And what a career it's been. And it's kind of like his career now was just about catching fire, you know, and he just decided to retire because again, the fighting business is a very tough business, and his mom lost her husband and he lost his father. Mom probably doesn't want him to continue anymore, and fair play to him. You know, he's listening to his mom and he's going to retire. And I don't see him. The fact that he's given his word to his mom, he ain't coming back. You ain't going to see this guy fight ever again. And it's a shame in a way, because if his dad didn't pass away, he probably would have continued, and we probably would have seen more years of Khabib. But I think he wasn't himself. Even on fight week, I saw him, and normally he seems quite happy. If you looked at him and looked at his looked at him when he was giving interviews as well, he didn't look too happy. He just looked like he was going through the motions. And listen, when your dad passed away and you were so close to your dad, and your dad made you or helped you to get to where you are today, and now he's no longer there, it must be very difficult for him. And I feel like he's a legend of the game. He's a legend of UFC. There's no doubt about it. He's one of the best. And you know, respect to him. I hope he has a great retirement. I hope he goes on to do whatever. Wish him all the best for whatever he goes on to do. But you know, I'm pretty sure a lot of UFC fans today are upset. A lot of people complain about the fact that he's quite boring and he hasn't got the most exciting style in the world. Now, obviously, to me, I'm not a massive UFC fan. You know, Khabib is somebody that's not brash. He's not like other fighters, very brash. He's very humble, down to earth. And he's a proper fighting man. He's just, like I said, he's just a great fighter. He doesn't do a lot of talking. He doesn't bark a lot. You saw in the McGregor fight where he didn't bark a lot. You know, McGregor was doing all the talking. And again, a lot of people gave McGregor stick. He got battered. McGregor's just a businessman. McGregor's just trying to sell the fight. It's all business to him. But when you say certain things, guys like Khabib, they're serious. They're not messing around. So when they get in the octagon, he's looking to rip you in half, Khabib. You know, he's whatever you said about him, he's using it as fuel to bash you up, and that's exactly what he did to Conor McGregor. But you know, fair play to Khabib, man. He's had a great career, and he'll go down obviously a legend. You know, they said after the fight that he'll be inducted in the Hall of Fame in the future. And yeah, I just feel like his career was just catching fire in terms of he had just after the McGregor fight became a massive star, and I felt like his career was going now from strength to strength, and the dominance that he showed in the UFC was going to make him a mega star. But I guess, you know, what happened with his dad happened, and he doesn't want to fight anymore because he doesn't want to go on this journey without his dad. Maybe he had already committed to this fight, so he had no choice. Apparently his mom didn't even want him to take this fight, but because he had already committed to it, he had to go through with it. But that's it. I don't see him ever coming back, and it's bad. It's sad in a way because we would have. I think everybody would love to have seen him go on. Some people were talking about he could fight Tony Ferguson. Didn't Justin Gaethje beat Ferguson? But again, I'm pretty sure again in MMA is the same thing like boxing, where styles make fights. And it would have. Listen, man, Khabib probably would have beat him all. He was so dominant, and he used to beat everybody in such dominant fashion. The guy was a next level wrestler. He's just an unbelievable wrestler. Once he got you down, there's no way out. And it was like he was almost suffocating you, where he was tiring you out. He was beating you up and tiring you out, and then eventually choke you out. Like today, he finished the fight with a triangular choke with his legs. Like, fucking, how do you do that? Like. You know, UFC is a very tough sport. You know, fair play to some of the UFC fighters, man. This is a very, very tough sport. Very, very tough sport. And Khabib's as tough as they come. A tough monster of a man. I'm pretty sure... I'm not sure he has the same kind of fear factor that Mike Tyson did, but he's kind of a similar kind of level. He has a lot... You know, I'm pretty sure a lot of fighters are fearful of him before they even get in the ring. I'm pretty sure they're definitely trembling when, you know, you're going to face Khabib. You know what's going to happen. He's going to get you down and he's going to potentially choke you out or just tie you out or beat you up into submission. The guy's a absolute animal of a fighter, man. Fair play to him. Great career. I wish him well in retirement. I'm pretty sure the UFC fans wish him well in retirement. But yeah, let me know what you make of the news, guys. Khabib Nurmagomedov beats Justin Gaethje and retires from the UFC. Leave your thoughts, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.